Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Catalina Legacy Edition 343 BHTS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you need plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, tight quarters here, but you're going to have two slides. You got a slide here, slide back behind that. So you get your rear slide, but I also want you to think about where your water and power connections are going to be. Everything is going to be just behind your tires on your off camp side, in between the two slides. Your power and your city water connection for hooking up at campsites. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is level your hitch. Now your unit does come with a power tongue jack. Got a night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply raise or lower the unit until it's level. Should you lose power under this stopper here, this little hand crank will go on here, and you can get this up and down should you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going over down the road. Once you get a unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank goes on here. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. I just recommend when you get to the bottom you slow down. So all we're going to do is run these down just until they're taut. As I run them down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Good investment. Use your 10% off coupon. Get a 4-pack of them. Run these down just until they're taut. Once you have any type of resistance on this, don't go any further. Remember, we've already got our unit level. All we want to do at this point is stabilize it. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Once we got our unit level and stable, next thing we're going to do is hook up our power and water. We've got this big long 50 amp cord here. Plugs in the side, I'll show you here in a minute. At the end of that 50 amp, should you need to plug into a campsite with 30, in your convenience pack you get a 50 to 30 dog bone. And then if you ever need to plug into a 110, there'll be a 30 to 15 amp reducer so you can plug into a 110. Power plugs in here, right on the side of the unit. Kind of goes into the left, twist it to the right once it's in, and put your black washer on. Got your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. At campsites, we will hook up to city water connection. Sorry for the lighting on this. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protect the lines in your unit. Use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up. Hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. On your unit, it is over on the campsite. All we're doing at this point, folks, is make sure our drain plug's back in. May have left it out last time you were camping. Open this up, put a little plumber's tape around that, put your drain plug back in there. I believe that's 1 1/8 inches. Once that's in there nice and snug, you can go ahead and turn on that hose. After the hose has been on for a little while, you can go inside and deploy your slides. Open up your slides now that you're level and stable. I need you to get inside and open up your water taps. Open up your water taps, get a nice steady flow of water going through those. all the antifreeze out if you're dewinterizing it. If not, get the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water, then you can shut them off and you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. There is an on-off electric element right here. It is taped to off. The only time you ever want to turn this on out here is if you're hooked up to 110. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, look and see if these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. They are a reset button, and then your pressure release valve. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up to city water. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking. In that case, we're just going to fill up our fresh water tank, which on your unit is on your off-camp side toward the front, in between your first two slides. So you have 3 slides on this side altogether. Freshwater connection, no need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply fill it with a hose. 2 ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Do not leave this unattended when filling it. Hold that freshwater button down until you see this is full. Once it's full, remove your hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize this water, you will turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when you're using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we got our water and our power. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, continuing right here between your front 2 slides. Freshwater connection, cable for the campsite. Down underneath here is going to be a freshwater drain. You have an extra gray tank up here. Come around to the front here, you got your big pass-through storage area. That doesn't pass through, big storage area. Your propane is on a regulator, lefty-loosey to open. Turns green when you got gas. You have a battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Propane also has a cover. Your storage on this side is accessible through your bedroom. There's a manual override crank for your slide. You have 3 of them on here. 1, 2, and your third one's right below your outdoor kitchen out here. Back up here at your door, you got your hot water heater. You got a vent for your microwave. Got a flue for your furnace. 2 things, make sure this is never blocked. And if you run your furnace steer clear, it does get hot. You are prepped for a TV out here. You can plug in the cable. 110 and settle on a table out here and have television. Leash link for pets. Your low point drain. When you're leaving the campsite, you dump those. Outdoor kitchen. Press down on these knobs. That'll bring this out. Press back down to get them to lock back in. Accessory rack. Just remove these cotter pins to set this down. You're also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you purchased from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. Electronically communicating with a piece they put on here, giving you a backup camera. Come around your back corner. We'll go in between your second and third slide to finish out everything else in your docking station. Starting here, you have a hot-cold shower. There's where your handle can go for that. Your black tank flush, we'll talk about that when dumping your black tanks. Your power, below that your city water. Down here's your black and gray tanks. Again, extra gray tank up there, as well as back here. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To your left as you come in is going to be a control panel. So here's where you can check your fresh water, tell when that's filling up, your battery, your 2 black and 2 gray tanks, your slide controls. You have the third slide control in the bedroom for the bedroom, your awning control. I'll show you real quick on your awning. You only want to run that out until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that gray bar. That will continue to run itself out and run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Make sure you only run it out as far as you need to. Here's your exterior lighting. There's a remote for that. You can change the colors. Interior lighting. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water, and to the left, that's where you turn on your water heater. Continue bringing your awning in. And continue your tour. Down here to the left on the floorboard is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're plugged in or not plugged in somewhere, out boondocking, dry camping, you have nothing plugged in charging your batteries, use your battery disconnect to keep this running your battery down if you're going to be gone all day. If you're right, your entertainment center, you have a 39-inch Connex TV. It comes in here. When you hook up your TV, when you're at a campsite, before you run your digital channel scan for local channels, make sure that green button's on. It's a digital channel enhancer and it'll allow you to pick up more channels. The sound system over here from Drive. Turn that on. You've got indoor and outdoor speakers. Here's your zones. So change your zone to turn it on indoors and on outdoors. AM, FM, Bluetooth compatible, auxiliary in, AM, FM. Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, and you turn this baby up on 4 high, it'll get it toasty in here in no time. It'll save your gas. Use their electricity to warm it up in here. You slide, you know, your sofa here will jackknife down to a bed. A little bit of storage under there. So you can lift up the front, pull the back forward. Jackknife that all back down. Your tabletop will lift up, wiggle that up off there, set it down on these lips here. Put your back cushions on top, gives you another sleeping area. Down in the hallway here is going to be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Continuing around into your kitchen, your GE fridge. Open this side here, all your controls for that are in here. This is just a battery disconnect. This would battery disconnect just your fridge in case you ever want to defrost your fridge and you won't have to shut everything off. Cooktop has a light and a fan. Glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. So we turn this to high, push in when your gas is on, that will light. Same thing on your oven here. You'll push that to light, push it in and spark your oven. Then set it to the desired temperature. Come back into your bathroom real quick. Couple things in here. For travel, make sure that your shower door is snapped open, or snapped closed, excuse me. 110 with GFCI reset in here. Light, hand crank open, exhaust vent. Coming down your hallway, thermostat. We're going to turn the air on real quick. Turn your air kick on. It also has a quick dump. It's really hot in the summertime. As soon as you crank that heat up, open these quick dumps. That's going to allow the cool air to cool the cool air. And then when you blast that down, it'll blast it through the unit. Shut your AC off. Notice that shuts off rather quickly. Now when I turn on your heat, the furnace kicks on. When I shut the furnace off, normally it takes a few more minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Back in here, your slide control for your bunk room. Top bunk. I recommend traveling with this down. Keeps it from bouncing on your wall. A couple USBs. A lot of individual one-touch lighting back in here. Prep for a TV in here as well. Cable and 110 above there. Your ladder pops out to climb up top. Again, a lot of individual lighting. Lastly, heading up into your bedroom. Closet doors. Make sure they are secure for travel. You also prep for a washer and dryer in here. A little bit of storage under the bed. And prep for a TV in your bedroom in here as well. So TV on here is secure for travel. So this is a prep area for a second AC unit. If you do, here's the wiring for that. Techs need to know that, so try to keep that sticker on there. It all covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. So what I like to do is shut off my interior lights here, and then I can walk through the unit and see any individual lighting or one-touch lighting that needs to be shut off. So I left the closet light on. So once we shut off all of our lighting, come back to our main control and turn on our interiors and say doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede any of your slides from coming in. Dresser drawers, entertainment center drawers. The last thing you need is this to catch. So make sure that's closed. Come back to your bunk room. I'm going to turn on our lights so we can watch our slide come in. Again, make sure everything's closed up back here. This bedroom door as well, we're going to want to make sure that that is snapped open. Shut off our lights back here. I could go to my bedroom next because I can kind of watch it come in. It's going to be slide number 2. It's going to be our bedroom. Let's keep our door closed enough that our bed will slide past it. You've heard it on the first one, but I want you to hear a noise on the second one when this gets in. That is not anything grinding. That is the slide mechanism telling itself not to come in any further. It's doing no harm to the slide for holding it in a second or two to make sure you're all the way in. Make sure this TV is back into its mounted position so the slide won't catch on that when it comes in. And there's that noise again. Shut off our interior lights and exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these steps, folks, is you want to make sure that this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this could catch on it when it comes in. Set this inside, turn this to the right or left, it doesn't matter. That'll lock your door in. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle and you're ready for travel. At this point, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook our power, our water, and our cable. If we are at a campsite, or excuse me, out boondocking, we're going to go up underneath here and dump that freshwater drain. We're going to hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Going to have 2 gray tanks. This gray tank here, gray tank back there, and then a black and gray here. We're going to want to dump here first. You don't want to dump your main black. You got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up, and the first thing we're going to do is pull that black handle. Now once that black handle sounds like it's no longer draining, you're going to leave that black handle open. Take your water pressure regulator again. Come up here to your black tank flush. Again, as a reminder, make sure that that black handle is all the way in the open position. Hook up your hose at your dump station and let this run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When you're done, close that black tank. Remove that hose. Make sure all that washout is washed out of there. Close your black handle, pull your gray. That's going to be clean the waters, your sinks, and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. You have this other gray up here for your sink area. Come up here and dump that one. And then this last one back here is going to be your outdoor kitchen sink. Again, that's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Then you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right here in your bumper. Hook on up and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Catalina for many years to come. Happy camping.